Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. I would love to start by saying thank you to all of you. Actually, it's a big thank you for accepting the invitation and to be part of this lovely gathering and lovely function this morning. And I'm sure you won't regret at the end of the day today. But before I proceed further, I want to make sure that everyone is still excited and energized enough to stick to the whole morning today with us. Are you energized, excited? Yeah? Right. You know the rules here, right? Very basic rules. At the end of the day, you won't leave the learning zone here without collecting more than 50 cards, 50 cards only this morning. So if you cannot collect them, you won't be leaving back home. So be ready for that. Are you ready? Has anyone collected any cards so far? Not the tea or the coffee, the cards, please. Yeah? You have? Who's got 5 cards so far? All right, that's really great, yeah? What a beautiful start here, yeah. I woke up a bit early this morning, around 6, and just before my morning prayer, and it was really a bit cool. And actually, I should say it was cold, not cool, right? I had to put a sweater on. And it was really such a beautiful, marvelous day, as I keep saying. Really, I mean, when you inhale that beautiful oxygen, very pure, you feel the beauty of sustainability. If you really protect the environment and if you have that beautiful air in the morning, you need, I mean, you feel so fresh. You really want to go to work flying even, you know. You don't want to even have, stay more than that. And 6 o'clock is just the perfect time. The weather is perfect. It's really cold. And, you know, you have a beautiful cup of coffee and probably an egg or toast here. And, you know, the day goes on and on. Now, yesterday I had the privilege to speak to His Highness, our President, and he's in London now. And he said, Rashid, what's the temperature in Sharjah? I said, what the hell is this question is all about now? And it was just about midday. I think Your Highness is probably 25 plus. He said, yeah, this time I've beaten you. It is -1 here in London somewhere. Right? I said, no wonder. Anyway, the reason behind his asking me this question is 2 weeks back I was in Belgium. And, you know, he said, how is things going, Rashid? I said, Your Highness, I'm just catching up with my busy schedule here, running from university to another and this. But really, Your Highness, there's something tough here. He said, what is it, Rashid? I said, Your Highness, it's -7 here. I'm really freezing to death here. And, you know, it's been quite long. I've never been to this cold. And it was really something, if you would say, unusual in Belgium at that time of the year, that to go -7. And it was really so cold, for me at least. Then he said, Rashid, yeah, it is +9 here in my palace. So, you know, you've beaten me here. So yesterday he said, no, and I've beaten you now. You know, so no wonder, I mean, when it comes to week is our acronym for we together. It's about the water and energy together. When we get them together, we said we, because you cannot achieve whatever you want to achieve in this beautiful world once you discover your destiny without working with others, without leaving, really, as Tariq said, a real legacy by working with a great team, inspired people to create a difference in this world. It's not about the difference, it's about the type of difference you want to create and you want to live on this world. If you look into today's agenda, including tomorrow's, inshallah, you'll be amazed. Most of the talk about the water. Most of the work is about the water. And I find it no other surprise to me. Wherever I travel, I just came from Belgium and I had the privilege to address in 2 different locations. More than 700 plus those to whom I have addressed in 2 separate days, 2 separate locations. And the agenda was, believe it or not, it was about water and energy, but 99% of the speakers and the agenda, they were about the water. So water is alive. So no wonder there's a lot of conferences, white paper, research paper, blue papers written about the water, and will be written, because that is going to be a real tough challenge we have to tackle, and you cannot tackle it alone. We need to have innovative solution, innovative organization, individuals who really have the passion, have the love to do something to this world. The scientists, they ran through a big debate when they wanted to go to the red planet called the Mars, right? The debate was, is there a life on Mars or no? Took them so much time debating. A scientist stood up and said, guys, listen, if there is a water there, up there, then there is a life. Right away, period. If we can prove that there's a water up there, then there is a life. That who lives there, that is something different story now. But we're talking about a life. So no water, no life there. Look at as basic as this. So see how the water, trying to be part of the national or international agendas of all leaders. Now, why do you think people keep traveling to the space? Do we really want to have a second home back on the moon or on the red planet? About 7 to 9 years to reach that red planet? Yeah? Why is that, you think? They're traveling to those outside space, the outer space, for one reason. If they say, if we can live with that much scarcity of resources on the space for so much, how come this be implemented on the ground, on the earth? So that's the reason. They try to be with this much scarcity on the outer space. If it can be manageable, doable, why not it can be done on the earth? And that is the basic reason why they're traveling all the way to the space. It's not just to have a fun. It means that we're really running through a real crisis. Those Europeans whom we're having here, I'm sure we have a couple of them around. Last summer, it was a tough summer in Europe. And it's been for the last at least 3 to 5 years. There's a real changes in the summer. The governments in Europe, they came up with a tough law that you cannot irrigate, you cannot wash your car, you cannot use the water, 5, 6, 7. And if you do that, there's a heavy penalty on you. Because they run through water scarcity in Europe. And in states in America, we have it in a couple of states, couple of years back. And we had it in some Asian countries. We have it in the neighbor in India lately and the last year. Probably people would live without electricity for some time. They can digest, but they cannot live without water. And when something goes wrong, then we remember the importance of really the waste today is a need tomorrow, as Tariq said. Now, on 25th of January, probably most of you have read this, the hidden news, or the headlines were coming from Sydney, from Australia. 1 million people lost their electricity. 1 million, including the other services like the water and other. For no reason, because the whole Sydney, they were looking only for 200. Those of you who are familiar with the electrical term, they only were in need of 250 megawatt only. But because they never have 250 megawatt, 1 million people, they have to suffer for a couple of hours. And I was reading how pathetic the situation was. Okay, you and I probably were strong enough, healthy, we can live for a couple of hours without electricity. But poor nurses and doctors in the hospitals, I was reading in one hospital that the nurses, they have to rush more than 20 patients from ICU, and they were taking them from the 12 to the ground, you could imagine, through the staircase. And they never have anyone to call up to, because the telephone goes off, everything goes off, as you know. So they have to travel. You could imagine how many times, how many steps, 12 stories, and that is one case only from one of the hospitals. Just to save the life, to rescue the life, they have to go from the 12th floor to the ground floor, and they had about 20, 25 patients to do this, and they never have anyone to help them out with. It's just the same stuff, the doctors and the nurses. So you could imagine, within a couple of minutes, seconds, how pathetic things can go so badly. So we need really to work together to see what are the innovative solutions are. Right? And that is the reason why you're here. That is the reason why you keep saying here the brilliant networker and, network with others, because I'm sure, does anyone here, by the way, has a solution for anything related to electricity and water, energy, let's say in general? Anyone has a solution? Just one? Please, can you go back home? All right. Did anyone understand my question? Am I speaking clear English here? All right, clear, right? Does anyone here in this room, he or she, feels that he or she has got an answer for us? Yes, he can contribute to the energy sector or to the water and sanitation program. Hands up, please. MashaAllah, thank you. More hands now, or including some ladies still here. Thank you. I was doing my weekly, I don't call it a shopping, but shopping for books. I know I love reading. So I'm a knowledge seeker, no wonder, so wherever I go. And it happens to be at the city center here in Dubai, Mirdif City Center. And I really got excited. As soon as I park my car, I enter the center. On the main gate, a big hoarding. It says every drop counts. I said, wow, even city center is changing now. Used to be those, LVs things and Chanel and perfumes and the big hoarding, very prime location. And that cost a lot of money, by the way. If you want to put your ads there, it costs a lot of money. So I really fall in love with city center management. It's the most primed area of the center is kept for the saving water, and there was a message for everyone, says every drop is count. Please help us to save water. I really feel good but look at how they never spoke about electricity, where most of the places, even if you go to the hotels, by the way, any hotel, they say, if you want to save the environment, but they will never speak about electricity, by the way. Why? Because as a human, it's built on us. They always talk about the water. They say, okay, this is the card here, small card, blue card. If you want this, the bed to be changed or the whatsoever, please leave it on the bed. It means that we know that you need to change the bed cover for you and to clean it. Why? Because we need a lot of detergent and we need a lot of water to clean it. So please make sure that you leave it on the bed if you want a bed cover to be changed. But they never speak about electricity, if you notice. So that much water is important, but how much we are doing for that? You get my point? So please today, again, the same request which I have requested about 2.5 months back when we were on the same platform, the same similar conference, is please, if you drink water, each one of us has got a bottle of water in front of him and here, right? Almost right? Please, if you drink part of it, don't leave it, because the hotel people, to my knowledge, they throw it out based on the international law, hygienic, whatsoever you would call it. So please, if you drink part of it, make sure that it's yours. You may write your name on it. But when you leave this stage, when you go back home today or back to work, whatever you decide, please pick it up with you. Can you give this pledge? Then I need you to swear. I swear, God, right? All right, thank you. All right, so thanks to those who travel all the way. I know that we have a great friend, Sir Tremi, traveled all the way from Indonesia to be part of this lovely function. And he's a speaker tomorrow. Please be assured that he's going to give one of the best presentations, to give him a big hand, right? And then we have people travel all the way. Dalin, he's around somewhere? Came all the way from, hey, right here, thank you. All the way from where? I love that, yes. Yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody knows you here. Yes, from Singapore, we had people from Saudi Arabia, people from India, some all the way from my second home, Kochi, right? So thank you for coming, all of you, and the best wishes. But please stick with us till the end of the day today. There's a lot of learning, there's a lot of knowledge to be exchanged and to be shared. And please make sure that if you cannot make it tomorrow on the big day, which is the Congress Day, try to send someone who will present you, or someone who may really needs the knowledge which is going to be shared tomorrow morning. Once again, thank you very much. Thanks.